everyone, welcome back to Sign Language Worship. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to teaching you how to use the ASL language to worship God. This week we'll be learning a new song. It's called Glorious Day by Passion featuring Kristian Stanfill. I hope you love it as much as me. We'll get started right away, but first, housekeeping. Remember, I am left-handed, so if you are right-handed, that means you're going to mirror my signs at home. Also, if you look below in the description, you'll find a link to print off the lyrics as well as a link to purchase a song. And last but not least, please subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any of your future favorites. Or if you're finding the channel a little difficult because there's so many videos, you can always check out signlanguageworship.com and all the tutorials are there as well. Okay, so today we're going to learn verse 1. I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. It was my tomb till I met you. That's what we'll be learning today. Okay, so starting with I. Beginning I. You're doing the letter I at your chest. I, and then was buried beneath. So for buried, you're like this, right? Because we're going to cover something. And then beneath is like this, but it's really not necessary to have both signs. So either you can say I was under my shame or I was covered in my shame. So one or the other, whichever you want to do. So I'm going to do covered. Okay, so I was covered, and then shame, you start here with your fingertips at your chin and kind of come forward with your hand. Shame. Okay, and it's good to look, shameful on your face, because part of signing is also facial expression, okay? Shame. So I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? So for who, you have your thumb touching your chin and your fingers are all bent except your index finger is kind of up, and then who? Okay? Who could carry? So it's like you're holding something, okay? Carry. Who could carry that kind of weight? So we're just going to do that. Okay, so you have your thumb out, your index out, and that. Tap it once. That weight. So for weight, it's just kind of like name, or you have your two fingers out like this and across. But for this one, you take your dominant hand and you kind of show, weight. Okay? So who could carry that weight? It was my tomb. So it isn't normally signed in sign language. So you can go like it just kind of as a filler, but you don't have to do anything. So it, my, and then tomb. It's like a mound of dirt. Okay? So it was my tomb until I met you. So for this time, you're going to do your index finger. Your index finger of your non-dominant hand is upward, and your index finger of your dominant hand is downward, and then you bring them together until I, and then met, okay, bringing your two index fingers together, met you. And let's try that from the top. I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. Okay? I was breathing but not alive. I am breathing. You have your hands here and you kind of symbolize what your lungs would be doing. They go out and in and out and in. Okay? So I was breathing but not. So you kind of have a thumbs up here at your chin and coming out, and you shake your head. Not, but not. And then alive, two L's coming towards your rib cage. Okay? So that line again. I was breathing, but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. Okay, so all, you're going to take your dominant hand and move around to your non-dominant hand. All my failures, so it's kind of like you're shooting past your non-dominant hand. Failures. Sometimes you see more of a flick of a wrist, and sometimes it's kind of a shoot. Okay, So either is fine. My failures, I, and then tried, it's 2 thumbs up and you kind of push it out. I tried to hide. Okay, so it's your non-dominant hand is kind of making a basket and you're going underneath to hide. And then again, it was my tomb till I met you. Okay, it was my tomb until I met you. Okay, we'll try that all together from the top. I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb until I met you. I was breathing, but not alive. All my failures, sorry, you couldn't quite see that, failures, I tried to hide. It was my tomb until I met you. Let's try that one more time. I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb until I met you. I was breathing, but not alive. All my failures, I tried to hide. It was my tomb until I met you. And that's verse 1. Hey, practice as many times as you need to. No harm at all going back and watching again and relearning some of those signs. You'll get there eventually, and I can't wait to see you on the next video where we're gonna learn the signs for the chorus. See you there. Bye. If you liked today's video, please click like. It gives me the encouragement I need to make more. Also, don't forget to subscribe, that way you'll miss no future songs. And lastly, share Sign Language Worship on Facebook. Find a friend to learn sign with. That way, you're both more likely to stick with it. See you later.